If you didn't know, this is the Why Not Podcast. I am your host with the most, Mr. Bro Rogan. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, don't forget, if you're interested in being a guest on the show, man, go ahead and jump in our DMs. If we have time, we might put you on. Now, follow us on TikTok at _Why Not Pod. And as you can see, I'm sitting here with someone that's been here, man. We had a viral moment go on, man. Now, if you're a fan of the show, you know I also host a show on the side of my podcast with Poetic Flacco called Clap Back, which is a rap competition. Don't forget to go ahead and follow that as well. And our first show featured my guest to the right. He actually came on and battled the homie. Shout out to Baby Runner. But we sitting here with TRIFLING. Let's go, Tri. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say Long Beach's finest TRIFLING. Let's go. That part. What's going on with you, bro?
Shit, nigga, just dropped this tape called Ghetto President. It just dropped some shit.
Hey.
I'm just, wishing and hoping for the best. I know how people pre-order it up already, so,
Well, hey, everybody, see, we jumping right into it. Well, look. That's why we brought him in today. Not only because he's a guy, he's a fan, and we're also a fan of his. But he has a new tape coming out. It's called Ghetto President. Go ahead, check it out on all platforms. Make sure to download it, order it, pre-order it. Now, one thing I wanted to say about it, since we're gonna talk about that right away, is, man, that motherfucking album cover, that cover art, bro. Shout out to Tiny Double Up too. So he sent me the album art, and he was like, "Bro, what you think about it?" And I sent it to all my guys, and I was like, immediately, I'm like, "Yo, this shit hard."
I know I had comments saying that's like probably one of the best ones they ever seen.
Bro, that's one of the hardest. And I'm gonna make sure that we edit that album cover into this video. But if you didn't know, let me just explain it to the people out there that may be listening and not actually watching. It's a picture of ex-president Barack Obama, and he has all of TRIFLING's tattoos on his face with a blue rag around his neck, and it's called Ghetto President.
Too.
I think that shit was hard, bro.
Yeah,
like
everything I do. Anything that got to do with my brand or my shit, I create that shit. Like I came up with that. You feel me?
That was all you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But my homie, I grew up with. Like he do the digital shit. He bring it to life. But
But it came from your concept. It was your idea.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that was a hard idea, man. We're gonna go ahead and give a clap for that, man. Hey, I just think with the whole name of the album, I think that was a good concept.
Yeah.
And like most people probably would have tried like get Donald Trump shit, but for you to put Barack, that just made it a little more hood, because it's like to see Barack with a flag tied around his neck, that made it even more hard. Now, how long have you been working on this album?
Realistically, man, I wasn't even working on it. I just everybody keep asking me to drop some shit, so I just I was a lot of that shit I was recording in Houston.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So, I didn't even know you were out in Houston.
Oh yeah, I used to live in Houston like last year.
Okay. Give me your honest opinion on Houston, and I'm gonna give you my honest.
With it, I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what? I fuck with Houston. I fuck with Houston, but like the first time that I was in Texas, well, not the first time I ever been in Texas, but the first time I really fucked with Houston, I had some homies that was on the run. Them niggas no longer on the run, so I ain't telling. Yeah. But my niggas was on the run, and I had missed them niggas because them niggas was, they was out of the way for like 2 years, and like we was still communicating. So I'm like, nigga, I'm about to come out there and see you niggas. And them niggas was in a small town called Nacogdoches. I don't even know if you ever heard of that. Well, you had to fly into Houston, and nigga drive 2.5 hours out of the airport. And when I say nigga in the middle of nowhere, bro, it was past Stephen F. Austin University, past Lufkin. These probably cities in Texas you don't even know about.
Nah, it was a gang of small cities though.
Bro, Well, I was in Nacogdoches, which don't even sound like a real city. So I was out there fucking with the homies, and then we used to drive to go to. I was only there for like 3 weeks, but we used to drive to Houston because the Houston was where it was at.
It was cracking up.
And like the one thing I noticed about Houston, the one thing really why I fucked with Houston, is because everybody fucked with each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even like with the gangbang shit there, like I would be in some of them bars / clubs, and you'll see the red rag niggas, you'll see the blue rag niggas, but and we'll all be in the club together. But it wasn't like L.A. It wasn't like nigga, I'm gonna kill this. It was like, we gonna stay over here, y'all stay over here, and we was just gonna party. So
it's a little more player. That's what it is.
It's player shit.
I explained that shit in one of my interviews before. I'm like, yeah, that's one thing I noticed about Houston. Like, you know, with my city, we beef with Mexicans not because we don't like Mexicans. It's the Mexican gang that's racist. It's like all the races, blacks, Asians, Samoans. No, like they don't like nobody but they own kind in the city. You feel me? So I love Mexicans. Like, you know what I'm saying, they work real hard on a lot of shit. You know, you know what I'm saying, I fuck with a lot of Mexicans, so I didn't understand that shit when I went to Houston.
Right.
It's like,
ain't it different?
There was a lot of Mexicans, and it was like in the
and they fuck with you.
The same area, and it's crazy because like I could sit here and really talk to these niggas and really chill with these niggas, and you know I got a gang of Mexicans from my hood in Houston. You feel me?
Right. See, and that's and shout out to all our brown people, and that's one thing that really upset me about my city. Like, if you know, man, everywhere I go, I rep LA, man. I got the shit on my face, I got the shit everywhere in my hands, because I love my city. But the one thing that I don't like is the segregation. Yeah. Because I grew up in the
gangbanging though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, to where like, nigga, you had Mexicans from black hoods, you had blacks from Mexican hoods, and it wasn't what it is now. Like, we all hung out. But then all of a sudden, you niggas start going to jail, and I'm gonna tell you like this: this is what they created in the prison system, because they saw with blacks and Mexicans, if we together, it's too strong. Yeah. They're like, it's too much. So we gotta pit them against each other. And then like all of a sudden, like in like the late 90s, it came to the point where it was like, damn, like, yeah, I understand when I'm in jail, I can't eat with them, I can't talk to them. But when I'm on the street, I still fuck with Jose. I still fuck with Juan. I still fuck with these niggas. But then it bled out to the streets. And then I got friends in Long Beach, and Long Beach was one of the first cities. And plus, you know, my cousins on the east side. Shout out to all the Monts, the Limes, and all of them, where it was like, oh, it's going up now with the. And I don't even want to name gangs, but it's going up with this side against this side, and it came to the point where it's like, we can't hang out with them niggas no more in the streets. And I noticed y'all was going through that shit a lot. So to go to Houston, I'm glad you brought that up, because it ain't like that in Houston.
Difference.
It's a big difference, nigga. Because they act more like us there.
It ain't even just that. It's just more natural. They country. You feel me?
It's not. It's the South.
They segregation wasn't really with blacks and Mexicans. You feel me? That was just my city particular. You feel me? Like out here in California, like the racism is different. You feel me? You come out here, it's most likely the police or the people in the better neighborhoods that don't want people over here. They scared to get robbed, all type of shit. You feel me? It's a different racism out in Texas. It's like you don't want to go to the wrong city.
Exactly.
You don't want to get pulled over by the wrong police.
They call that the sundown cities, places.
They got some probably over there for sure.
Now let me ask you this. Now, as a Long Beach native and as a representative of that city, do you ever see the day where you guys can all come together and be like, bro, because I know it's hot as fish grease with you on the other side, but like, do you ever see it? Because like we got
who's everybody though?
Well, I'm talking about with the Browns, right?
Yeah,
we're not like with the Mexicans out there, because I know how at it you guys are with it. The only reason why I asked that question, because I got a lot of people here right now that's from, let's just say, the neighborhood side of the city. And right now I got my guy, shout out to Spody Face, Fodies. He pushing peace, and him and a guy, shout out Lil Ant, from A-Trade. Them niggas is coming together and they trying to make peace. So I'm asking, do you ever see a point to where, and I'm not even bringing up those guys yet. I'm bringing up the Mexicans since we talked about the Mexicans first.
Well, with the Mexicans, it's different. You just named two different hoods that beef over gangbanging violence. You know what I'm saying?
So the Mexicans beef over race.
You ain't got to be no Crip. You ain't got to be from Long Beach. You could be black walking down the wrong Mexican hood in Long Beach, and it's a problem.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, so they just shooting at anything.
They don't like
dark.
They don't like us.
Oh.
You know? But it's Mexicans in Long Beach that don't got nothing to do with that. And that's the ones we got friends and shit like that, you feel me? But it's the gangbangers, the gangbanging Mexicans, it's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
But it's gonna have to take different races, not just blacks, bro. It's the Asians, the Samoans, everybody. They're gonna have to have a lot of people with that shit. And that's gonna be the hardest part.
Damn. That's crazy because there was a war, because I used to go back and forth to the Bay with work, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And, the blacks and the Samoans was added out there. They still are in San Francisco. And, like, that used to trip me out because I'm like, and it tripped me out with the Mexicans, too, because it's like, and this for all the niggas that hate Mexicans, and this is for the Mexicans that hate niggas. This is what I say to y'all. How dare you? How dare you feel like you better than me or me better than you? First of all, the white motherfucker hate me just as much as they hate you.
Yeah.
And it's like, what makes you different than me? And like that's where that's what makes me mad. So like when I see the war between the blacks and the Mexicans, or the Mexicans and the Samoans, or the niggas, it's just like, how dare you? It's like,
yeah, I feel
nigga,
like we could do a whole lot more. It's a lot of shit that didn't have to happen growing up, because if we would have been cool with these type of niggas, we would have been in different places sometimes, because they do shit we don't do, and we should do shit they don't do. You feel me?
You right.
And we could both try to do what each other do, but it ain't gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing that fucks me up is because it's like, and damn, I don't want to sound like that guy, but I gotta sound like that guy. I gotta speak my truth.
Yeah.
Our culture is what everyone mimics. And I don't even want to say our culture, because it's, when I say our culture, I don't mean just niggas. I mean, it's all of our culture. So when I see the Mexicans rapping, I see them with the gold teeth, I see them with the gold chains, I see them with the fitted hats. That's our culture. Yeah. But I can also say low riding is their culture, gang banging supposedly is their culture. So it just makes me mad. But I don't want to keep dwelling on that shit. This interview is not about them and us. It's about you. So let's talk about you. I want to know one thing about. So let's get into we already talked about your album that's coming out. We're going to get more into that. But I want my fans who may not be up on you to know about how it started. What was the first song? Because I'm going to tell you, shout out to Tiny Double Up again. He DM'd the Why Not podcast. Like, I don't know how long ago, but it was one of your first videos. He was like, yo, this is one of my artists, and I want you to listen to the music. Y'all niggas was like on the side of a house lifting weights and shit.
Oh, yeah. Nah.
It was one of your first videos. And I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
I fucks with this. But then you came with that one song. I'm sorry. I don't know the name of it. But, like, that's when I instantly became a fan. Now, I want to know, what was your first song as a artist? As Trifling the artist. Not Trifling the banger. Trifling the artist.
Like artists, like when I really was serious.
When you said, I'm gonna take this rap shit.
I ain't gonna lie, when I first started rapping, niggas was like, you need to rap. You feel me?
Immediately.
Yeah. My first song I ever did was that motherfucking Swiss Beats. It was a Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats beat.
Oh.
It was when he dropped his album. He had probably 6-7 songs on there.
You jumped on one of his beats.
Songs, and I feel like I was the best nigga on the beat.
Come on now.
You know?
Come on now.
But I used to make beats though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I started off making beats, and I didn't like nobody on my shit like that. I didn't feel like nobody was
good enough to get on your shit.
Not even good enough. I was just doing a certain type of that's why how my name came Trifling. My name never been Trifling. You feel me?
See, and that's, I'm glad you brought that up, because when it comes to doing music, one thing I always was serious about was if you gonna be a rapper, your name. Your name is more important than your music. And I don't know how the fuck this happened. How the fuck was there never a nigga calling himself? How did you score a fresh ass name like Trifling?
Cause listen, I be trying to be something different.
That shit hard.
I get a lot of game from Tupac too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who he was or how he really, you know what I'm saying? I just know him off camera. But one thing I seen an interview where he was just saying, like, you feel me? He banged thug life because, you know what I'm saying, that's how the people's gonna look at him regardless, you feel me? The other side, the people that's against Cuz, they gonna look at him like a little thug anyway.
Right.
He really a smart nigga that been through other shit, you feel me?
Yes.
Other than thugging, you feel me? So he just like, fuck it, I'm a thug then. So, you know, it was like a week or two, like every day I was getting called trifling. Like, you trifling.
That shit.
So I'm like, you know what? I was making music, but I wasn't dropping it or posting it, you feel me? I was just in the hood with it, like all the homies, they knew I was rapping and shit, so I just wanted to make my own genre, and I called it trifling music, you feel me? Instead of rap, instead of all that, because I don't even rap like nobody, you feel me? So I try to make my own genre, and you know, nowadays, whatever you post, or whatever your username is, that's how they coming at you, you feel me?
Exactly.
I put like, now I'm pushing trifling instead of just, you know what I'm saying? So I put like Trifling Hussein on my Facebook. And everybody just start calling me Trifling.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, hey, shout out that. Hey, because like I said, the name is so serious when it comes to building a whole brand. And I was tripping when he sent me your music. And I'm like, hold up, wait. You got an artist named Trifling. That's the first thing that caught my eye. I'm like, nigga, it ain't never been a nigga named Trifling. And I was like, that name hard for you. So for you to score that and the music to be dope, I think that's a dope thing. Yeah. Now, I want to go back to what you just said. I love the fact that you said you go after and you look up to someone like Tupac. Now, as an OG. You have to. Yeah. And as an OG out here, bro, just put it like this. I can tell you exactly where I was when he died. I actually ran into Tupac twice in person. And once when I was in school, he drove by because I went to school in Hollywood. And I'll never forget when he first signed with Death Row. Tupac was everywhere in the city. He wasn't a nigga like I was at the To Live and Die in LA video shoot. Like he was a nigga that was open.
Long Beach Boulevard in Compton.
He went on Rosecrans. He went to Long Beach Boulevard. He also had a portion that was filmed on King and Crenshaw. And a lot of people don't know, Tupac had a lot of hate from niggas who didn't have nothing. So Tupac, he was so open, like he had the fans and shit. Tupac and the bitches loved him, but he also had, you know how you had them niggas that's on the sideline that nigga. You ever seen Belly? You know the nigga with the perm eating the banana like, yeah, I don't. You had a lot of niggas like that, and Tupac, I never forget, nigga. He was with 3 bras. They pulled up. I'm a young nigga I'm pumped. I'm going wherever Pac video shoots are. And they pulled up in a yellow 6'4".
Yeah, one of my messages.
It was a broad.
Got that.
It was a broad driving it. It was and Tupac and nigga, he had the blue. He had the Dodger hat on. He had the
he was on Long Beach Boulevard.
The tank top. They did 3 different locations that day. Long Beach Boulevard. Yeah. They did Rosecrans, and then they came on Crenshaw and King. I was at the Crenshaw and King shoot because they shot it down because like. It was some, I don't know, I don't want to say where they was from, but it was some niggas like, fuck Tupac, and talking shit, and it was, the sheriffs was out there deep, and they shut the video shoot down. But I said that to say this, Tupac used to be everywhere in the city. Like, you would see that, nigga, I ran, the first time I met Tupac, you know where I ran into that nigga?
Where?
At El Pollo Loco, nigga. I was at El Pollo Loco randomly on Sunset in La Brea. I used to catch the bus there to go home from school. And nigga, I noticed the Outlaws, Yaki. I noticed Edie Amin, and I'm like, yo, them look like Tupac. And then I seen Tupac. And I walked in that motherfucking, bro, and he was in that motherfucker. And he was, I'm telling you, when I say he was one of them niggas that was like, nigga, what no Hollywood shit. So I love to hear young niggas that wasn't around when he was around, because just as big as he was when he was alive and I was young, he's still as big to you niggas, or maybe even bigger. Because we knew how big he was when he was alive, but you guys get to respect the fact that, like, bro, like, so like to hear you as a young guy say, yo, I think I really love to hear that, because Tupac was a real nigga. And I know everybody like to say that. And back to what you said, when he said he was a thug, it's something, I don't know if you knew this, but when he said he was a thug, the T, the H, the U, the G, the L, the I, the F, the E, it meant something. He said, and this is what he told us at a video shoot, he said, thug life stands for the hate you give little infants, fuck everybody. So when he had that on his chest, on his stomach, it didn't just mean like I'm a thug. It meant the hate you give little infants, fuck everybody, because it was just a shot at the cops and the white people who didn't give no respect and no love to the niggas. So like Tupac would have loved a nigga like you, and I know you love a nigga like that, but like I just had to bring that up, bro. Shout out to you for that.
Suge Knight in the county, 2015.
You was in the county?
Yeah, he was in high power.
Oh yeah, he
was coming from seeing his lawyer, and I was going to medical, and it's all in the same hallway. And then, I was facing the wall real quick, and I turned around like, who the fuck is
Marion?
He's slimmer and shit.
Yeah, hey.
Well, he was when I seen him.
He looked crazy skinny, didn't he?
It was in the county stressing. You feel me? That's he was getting some time, so I feel it. But
yeah, I do
said
too.
Something to cut, like, what's saying? I'm like, shit. Like, he looked at me. I'm like, damn, cuz.
Hey.
In my head, I'm like, damn, cuz got skinny.
Yeah, he did. Hey, I remember the first time I seen that nigga, a picture of him in there. I was like, bro looking bad. But that's what anybody would look like after you come from the top of the hill to the county. Like, the county have a Reggie nigga looking bad. So just imagine if you go in that motherfucker and you had 300 million, you gonna be in that motherfucker looking stressed.
I said, I get it.
I get it too. Now let me ask you a question. Now, one of your big homies is Snoop.
One of the homies, yeah.
One of the homies. Yeah. One of the homies is Snoop. Like, to me, like you know, I'm from that era, and I talk about him probably on every show, because to me, I think there's nobody as big and as famous as Snoop.
All right, but Snoop the biggest Crip in the world.
No.
Yeah.
Snoop the biggest celebrity in the world.
No, he the biggest Crip. I feel like because
name one you think there's a celebrity bigger than Snoop?
Michael Jackson.
Damn.
Tupac. That was Tupac and Tupac. I feel like Tupac, if he was still alive, him and Snoop would be neck to neck still. You feel me?
See, that's why I love this little nigga, because look, I had a nigga on this show, on my show, and I honestly felt like Snoop is the biggest nigga ever. And as we going back and forth, he said Beyonce, he said Walt Disney, so we going back and forth.
Biggest nigga from the
But somebody said to me afterwards, they said Michael Jackson. And I was like, of course, why didn't I think of that? And you brought that up right away. Okay, so I stand to be corrected. You're right. Okay, there's no bigger Crip. Or no bigger hood nigga, street nigga.
Yeah.
Snoop.
No, yeah.
He brought Crippin' to the Olympics.
He was throwing up the set, nigga, on every platform, every motherfucking stage, I don't give a fuck who was around, cuz he was around presidents throwing up 20s, you feel me? So the world know about my hood because of Cuz for sure.
Not only your hood, but Crippin' period.
Yeah, Crippin' period.
He Crip walked during the motherfucking halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Throwing up 20s.
Throwing up 20s the whole time.
On the set.
He said 2-0, you know?
Yeah.
I had people in Bangladesh, India, that ain't never been on a 20th Street in no street in LA that used to say 2-0, you know?
Yeah.
So, is there any influence from Snoop that you have in your music or any of your persona, or is it just like that's just the homie? Because
Snoop probably the first songs I ever heard in my life. You feel me?
See?
Snoop and then Goldie. I used to stay. My peoples we was staying across the street from Goldilocks.
Shout out
on
Goldie.
the same corner on 15th and Peterson. So I always knew about even Badass. My peoples.
Rest in
they used
peace,
to-
Badass.
Some of my people on my daddy's side used to be cool with Badass. I knew Badass myself.
Right.
You feel me? As I got older.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But on the hood, I always knew about like Long Beach music. You feel me? Before I even like start looking out more, I always knew about the East Siders. All the nigga Nate Dogg. My mom used to talk to Nate Dogg.
Boy.
Right before my dad type shit. Like that was one of her little partners.
He was a real one over there.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg was a real one over there.
Sure.
Jumping
I'm cool
over.
with his son, Crip. His son,
The nigga used to play football.
yeah, bringing him
Los
back to life and
Alamitos.
shit. Yeah, for sure. He used to play for like Washington or something.
Yeah. He went to Los Alamitos High. I remember when he was
Yeah.
a little nigga, man. Damn.
Mhm.
It bring back time. So now you say you've always known about Long Beach music.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to
Compton too.
too, because it's right next to you guys. Now when it comes and like and this is where these shows get messy. And you don't have to respond.
What's happening?
Okay, when it comes to Long Beach music, do you fuck with the other guys? Because there's other guys from your city that may not be from your section that's making music right now that like a lot of us fuck with. Like, and I'm gonna give a couple names. DW Flame. You fuck with that music?
I'm cool. I'm not ops with him like we supposed to be.
Cool.
Because he ain't never did nothing wrong to me. You feel
I
me?
love that
you know,
answer.
The homies really, but I don't listen to their music though.
What about Savi Third?
I feel like he fucked up when he dissed the hood.
He did.
And like his biggest song, but he pretty cool. But you know, he know how to rap and shit, but he ain't, you know.
Now, when it comes to this music shit, would there ever be a time where, like, let's say someone wants to put you guys on a song together? Could you ever see yourself doing a song with either one of them guys, Savi or D-Dub?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
It ain't already supposed to happen, but you know, I'm cool. Like, it's I'm the only thing I could do is not trip on you niggas. You feel me? That's
Right,
like,
that's it.
That's the best I could do, but I don't want to like. It's too much doing a song because what the fuck I'm gonna talk about? I'm a realistic rapper.
Yeah, you gonna say
what
what
I'm
you
gonna
do.
talk about.
Now, what about someone like Vince Staples, who is one of my favorites?
That's one of my biggest ops on the hood. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you good.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna ask the real shit.
How I feel, I don't want nobody else. You feel me?
I'm gonna ask the
I'm not
question.
no hater though.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the question. And you know, I'm not asking the question to be messy.
Yeah.
I'm asking the question just as a street person to another street person. Okay, so, well, if you say Vince,
He actually a smart ass nigga though.
I love that nigga,
He a
bro.
Smart nigga. He probably moved the smartest out of all the artists in Long Beach right now. You feel
Okay.
me?
Also, I don't even need to ask about OT then.
OT, they from the same hood.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's why I say I don't even.
But he good. I mean, he smart too. You know, shit. I ain't gonna hate on nobody though.
Now there was another guy that Snoop signed. Like, see, I'm gonna tell you, and another reason why I'm asking these questions because
I'll probably.
I don't really know about Long Beach politics. I know about the bigger sides. I know about you. I know about the other side, and I know about the other guys. But I'm not really like I didn't know.
I'll tell you a little more after.
Okay, cool.
Something, you know?
There was okay. Now there's a guy. What about Stupid Young?
Oh yeah, I fuck with him. He from Asian Boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the reason why I asked about him because he signed to one of my homeboy on the label that he signed to, and like he used to send me his music, and I'm like, I used to do music, and my rap name was Old Head because I'm an old nigga, right? And like we was gonna do this whole shit. My boy was like, "Yo, I want you to do a song with my artist, Stupid Young, and you Old Head," and we'd be like the old and the new. Yeah. So like we was gonna do this whole shit, but it never happened. One of the homies overdosed, and we fell out. But okay, back to you. Now there was a project that you dropped. It was called Before I Die.
Yeah.
Now that was the album that we was banging. What was the concept behind that album? Because one thing I don't like, and I didn't like about Tupac, about Biggie, I don't like the death in the.
It's just It's just I be going through real life every day. All the shit that these niggas be rapping about. Like if you listen to my shit, I don't talk about just sliding on niggas all day and fuck the ops. You feel me? You
Nah,
never
you
even
can't.
heard me. I don't battle rap. That was the first time battle rapping when I was with Baby Runner.
That shit was fun.
It was cool. That was me trying it though. You feel me?
You did a tremendous job.
I be like really talking like, you know, having flashbacks and shit when I be in the studio. I don't even write nothing. I just be barring. So I don't know. It's kind of
The Before I Die was just something you.
was some shit like I was going through a lot, and I was going through life and death situations. I was in the hospital for, you know, I just made it type
You made
of
it.
situations and shit.
Okay.
And people kept asking me, you know, like other than that, you know, just like when you gonna drop some shit. So I'm like, man, it just came to my head like Before I Die, and that's kind of like some Biggie Small shit too.
Well, I commend you on that, and I know we all go through ups and downs, and sometimes we be in those situations where we feel like, man, this might be it. But I'm gonna tell you like this. You know what? I want you to name your next album.
Yeah.
My 100th birthday. Like you celebrating being 100.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. I want you to see 100.
I'm gonna make a song back.
Fuck it. Oh yeah.
For sure.
When I turn 100. Like that's what I want you to talk about now, bro, because that death shit, it just.
Nah, I ain't asking to die, man.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
you ain't saying if I like Biggie and them niggas.
Just like a Dear John letter, like you feel.
Yeah, because I mean it's inevitable. Like it's something that's guaranteed in life, and like we all know it's gonna happen for every person you see in the street, every person that you know personally, every person that you see on the TV, it's going to happen. It's something that we can't avoid. So, like, to talk about it, it's really not that bad because it's really something that's going to happen. I just be concerned because, like, when if you listen to Biggie's album, it was like, damn, this is all he talk about.
Yeah,
so,
I heard that type of shit, though. Like, you just damn near manifesting it.
Exactly. He brought it upon himself. Sometimes it do. Now, when another thing in my notes is Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Okay, now can we explain that?
Favorite. That's one of my favorites.
That's one of your favorite.
Yeah.
One of your favorite athletes.
Songs.
Songs like that was because when we bumped that song and you see the guys in the background was pumped like that's one of them ones. My nigga know that shit. Yeah, we know that shit. Shout out to the background guys. Hey, that's one of your ones now. And the reason why I asked Dennis Rodman, like,
it's a life story.
What's the reason by naming it that?
The bar, robbing, because I was robbing shit, and that's what I was saying. But some people didn't even know his name was Rodman.
Rodman, they thought it was Robin.
No, we used to call him Dennis Robin.
You niggas is young. I fuck with these young niggas.
Yeah, nah, nigga, I was watching the Bulls, though.
Yeah. Hey, he was a nut.
Yeah.
That nigga was a nut.
And he crazy, you know what I'm saying?
They look
at him, how they look at him, you feel me? So, you know, it was a good eye buster.
Yeah. It was a definite eye buster. And that nigga was different when it came to the NBA because, like, I know when Iverson came to the NBA, he made it cool to have the tattoos and the cornrows and shit. Yeah. But before Iverson, there was Rodman, and niggas used to look at him like a crazy, cause like
I feel like he probably just was like, fuck it.
He was just a nigga that was on his own thing. Like, nigga, this is what I want. Like, I don't give a fuck about the norm. I'ma dye my hair blonde. I'ma tattoo. So that nigga was a whole ass nut, and like people fuck with him cause not only was he out there doing what he felt comfortable, he was good at it.
Good, it was good as.
He was good.
He didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. He gonna come take the ball, block the ball.
He gonna knock a nigga onto his ass and stand over him, do some weird shit. But you know what was crazy? He came to the Lakers. We ended up cutting that nigga.
Yeah, I know that. I know you. Oh,
he was on the Shaq and Kobe Laker team. Okay. But he was so turned up at that point. He was going to clubs every night. Coming into practice 2 hours, it was too much. It was too much, and like Phil Jackson was like, nah, nigga, like we got to get rid of you. Now, I got a couple more things to talk about before I let you go. Try ODM Slim. Shout out to ODM Slim. I noticed you. I saw this little hood vlog / interview he did with you, and one thing I want to give him props on, he really fuck with your music. Yeah. And like I know a lot of these platforms, I'm not gonna name names, but they want to get you on their show because they heard about you away from your music.
Yeah, exactly.
They might know oh, this nigga, he had a fade with Wooty Woot in the county, so I'm gonna bring him on my show. And that's, but like one thing I noticed about ODM, he brought you on his shit and he talked about your music and he knew your music.
Yeah.
So how did you guys hook up? Like, what, did he just hit you like, yo, I fuck with your music, bro? Or you guys know mutual friends?
It's kind of crazy because we low key got history before we even knew each other. You feel me? So,
Right.
You know. But I really got in contact with Cuz through the homie that he from the hood in Ohio. He moved out here and he was fucking with ODM Slim. ODM Slim like his manager and shit.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, and Cuz just put him on me, and ever since he played Cuz my music, ODM Slim was tapping in. I mean, we've been cool since then.
I got it, man. Well, shout out to you. Shout out to ODM Slim. I just want you guys to know that, especially you young artists out of LA, I know sometimes you guys feel like, man, these other platforms, they don't want to bring me on. Man, I got to do some goofy shit because they try to play the hood politics. But I don't play that shit here. I bring guys here because I want you to get your art out. Yeah. If you got an album coming out, you got clothes that you selling, you got tattoos that you do, I bring niggas here to promote that shit. And we ain't got to always talk about the negative shit. So I'm happy that you able to come here and talk about Ghetto President. Is there anything else you want to pump up and talk about before we get out of here? Because there's one more thing I want to get into that we have coming in the future. But like, let's talk about that album before we get out of here. What can they expect from that album?
So shit, nigga. This album right here, Ghetto President. I really was like going through a lot of changes. You feel me? I got my skull cracked, and I had, like, you know what I'm saying, brain damage. And after that, I didn't even know what happened. You feel me? It was lies and people saying I did this and did that, but some whole little other shit had happened. So I was out here fucking up. Like, I had so much anxiety. I was walking down the street, socking people, doing crazy shit. You feel me? So somebody came in my life and just like fixed my head a little bit, I'll say, and that's when I moved to Houston. So that's when I was working on my CD. You feel me?
Got it.
Yeah, so I just I probably was like, it's like me transitioning damn near like a little bit. You feel me?
Got it, bro. And I love that you said. Look, and listen, I'm glad you said that, Trifling, because I want you to know, as an elder, if you going through some shit, bro, and like you feeling like nigga, I need a nigga in my life that'll get me away from the bullshit. Just know, like, bro, when I say this, like, my door is always open, bro. Yeah. Like if you feeling a certain way, you like, nigga, I'm feeling trapped, nigga. I feel like I'm about to bust a nigga up. Just know, nigga, hey, just come chill here, bro. Yeah. Like, chill here, because like I see the passion in your eyes, bro. When I look at you, I can see the passion. I see that this is something that you really want, and like it can go either or. It can either go this way or that way. We don't want you going this way, because one second could get you 10 years.
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio too.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't need you. You got the look, you got the skill, you got the drive. Yeah. So we just want to keep you safe. We want to keep you out here, man. We want to keep helping you promote your art. So anytime you feeling low, you feeling high, just come to the Why Not Podcast and we can talk about it, bro. Ghetto President drop
October 31st on Halloween.
And one more thing I want to get into. Be on the lookout for the Trifling 20v1. That's coming soon. And
cut up.
Hey, we're going to cut up, man. I am Bro Rogan, the host with the most. This is Trifling, the Why Not Podcast, and we're out.